exactly 6 a.m. Central African time on the 10th of June 2025. Dumela, Botswana, the breakfast show, and we say to you good morning. We want to make sure that today your coffee is extra hot, your tea is extra hot, because it is one chilly morning. When it comes to the weather update.
Of course, good morning. The lows of 1 degree Celsius, Francistown, and the lows of 3 degrees, Hamong, and 5 degrees. Even 16 more, 18 Francistown, Hamohole Mong at exactly 18 degrees Celsius. Me calculate on your basketball pibare, Hotanajelo Lidi P, Hotel Macheta, Tilo, Basura, Rote, Kappa, Caruto Catalotor. Maybe we should take this back as a could make American, Trahanyokone, Dumela, BW, Musawam Piku, Mekalina, Brazil, Bernard, Benny Homes, Mijaka Buri, Jaco Kutisi, can I let Salayam, appearing Helajakan, just like yesterday. Good morning.
That is my name, and we are waking you up on yet another beautiful Tuesday morning to say, wake up, let's try again, let's see what we can achieve today, and if not, let us try again tomorrow. But of course, we wake up with a good attitude, a positive attitude to say, as we step into the day, we are what we see, we are what we are, and we are bringing yourself nothing but positivity today. Hi Ben.
Good morning.
How are you?
A
little extra vibe this morning.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
I love Tuesday for one reason.
Yes.
Because I have dreams of being an entrepreneur one day.
Okay.
And soon I get to learn for free about what I can do to be a successful entrepreneur, especially in the digital era. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. It's going to be a bumper Tuesday.
And as we like to say it on the Dumela Botswana Breakfast Show, it is a business Tuesday. If you are a dreamer, you know, and you want to be an entrepreneur, whether in any type of business, considering entrepreneurship, we're thinking of what can I sell, what can I buy, but there's so many services out there, especially like we said in the digital era. You can be a content creator and it can make you money. There's so many avenues that you can keep exploring, and we always make sure that as we bring our guests here, they let you know a little bit about how their journeys have been and where the steps they've taken to get where they want to get.
Exactly.
But it's cold. Let's talk about the weather. Wow.
Yeah, it's not getting
wow.
better. I was watching it's getting worse and worse. Because we are the Static Sisters, geographically, the weather, girl, is cold.
Cape Town, you can see the strongest winds, the Western Eastern Cape, snowfall out of this world. We can see now what we're talking about when we've been talking about what there is an environmental change, right? It's a
and with the climate change is definitely coming.
You know, but otherwise make sure that you do have your jackets, wear extra warm as you enter, as you leave your house, and if you can and you have somebody around you and not just give him let's fight this weather together.
And there's so much beauty and fulfillment in helping somebody. So I don't know what but anyway, let's tell our viewers what exactly we have in store for them this morning. 0640 he is an accredited business advisor. Entrepreneurship growth in the digital era. Guys, no more writing letters, no more sending what is important now is you making sure that how do you leverage this digital presence in
and on my conversation today, I'm very excited because this is one thing I always talk about. It's in empowering women through financial independence. I feel like every single woman should be financially independent in order to make the right decisions in life, in order to make sure a lot of things will trickle down from GBV, from doing things that you wouldn't normally do just because you want money from somebody. Imagine if you had the financial independence to be able to do a lot of that. So this is a very important conversation that we'll be having in the second hour. nakong eo to ithute gore wena you know ka itshedisa yang
Yes.
and better make financial decisions for
Yes,
you.
of course.
But otherwise, the show will be running as usual. Miss Kay Basena will be with us to let us know what is happening in the world of sports, as well as Botswana Police Services. But around Botswana. But otherwise, we make sure that everything is step and ready by waking up and stretching. Do you ever stretch as you wake up in the morning?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this one is for you.
Okay, thank you. I'll watch it.
All right, we're gonna stretch our backs after how's your back?
Yeah.
And we're gonna start right here and make sure that our backs are straight and we are breathing right and everything is right with some back stretch yoga. Check this out.
I'm Dimpo, this is Kusafalo. We are just gonna do a bit of back stretches for those who have back pains. So we are gonna start first. This is what we call mountain pose. So when we take the hands up, it's called extended mountain pose. So you're gonna take a deep breath in, make sure the shoulders are away from the ears, and then fold forward. You are breathing out. So we are gonna come back here to halfway lifting. The back is straight. Take a deep breath in. And then you're gonna release that breath. When you plant the hands down, take the legs back to what we call downward facing dog. So you're gonna be here, not too long, not too short, to catch your breath. So you're gonna take a deep breath in, make sure the shoulders are aligned with the ears. Take a deep breath in and release, bring the knees down. Beautiful. We are gonna do, you can tuck in the toes like what I'm doing, or you can release them. So we're gonna do what we call cat-cow. We are starting first with cow. So you're curving the back. It's a deep breath in and release to what we call cat. You're hunching the back. So you're gonna do a few movements of these. Let's go back to cow. You're breathing in. You can exaggerate the movement as much as you can and release out. This is really good for the back. Even in prenatal yoga, they advise for it. Let's go again. Deep breath in. If you're pregnant, this is the best pose to do. And release. Beautiful. Let's go back to downward facing dog. Tuck in the toes. Lift the hips up to the ceiling, to the sky. Wherever you are, take a deep breath in and release. Coming back to all four. We are gonna go low. Beautiful. Let's come to what we call cobra. The hands are beside the chest, lifting the chest up and gently release. Now let's release the hands to what we call Sphinx pose. So let's lift up, a deep breath in. We're gonna be here not too long, not too short. So here you are targeting the lower back. Not the lower back, the mid back, sorry. You are targeting the mid back. So let's lift the shoulders up so that you can feel that stretch. Make sure the legs are as close to each other as possible. Don't put them together, but make sure they're close. You can close your eyes, you can open them if the space allows it to, and lift the shoulders up. Keep lifting up. Don't pull your back. And gently release. Bring the hands back. Back to all four. Back to downward facing dog. Hips to the ceiling or the sky for an open space like this. And gently release to all four. Now let's take the upper body up to what we call camel. Camel, you can have the hands beside the waist like Zafalo, or if your back is flexible, you can bring the hands back and then go for it. Make sure you are pushing your torso away from your body. Take a deep breath in, the neck is not stiff. You can shake it, yes, you can shake it, no. Take a deep breath in and gently release, coming up. Let's come to sitting. As we are done with our back straight. There's a few more poses, but we don't have time. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.
Mothatse mo tsa tsela la bobedi ta ke tsa sebaka se ke gore metsebe ke go amogela ke bua karabo meske bo sena garang ga tsele gore taba re di tshwere mo mosong wa tsela gompe ko tsa metshameko re ta go mala jelo ka go ba squash re go mala jelo boxing ya ka nne go iragala ka ko Francistown re go lebella jelo ba chess karate le yone ba ne ba tsweletse pele mme re go mala jelo stapa sa the zebras ba le gore matsela maabane ba le ba tshameka game number 1 ya bone ile ya the Kwasafa tournament mme re ta lebella jelo the World Cup qualifiers gore go letse go tshamekilwe ka tselentse jang le metshameko e tshamekiwang jalo mo tsela gompieko a tsimela ka go komela jalo go ba squash ba ile gore ba ne ba tshwere jalo 3-day coaching clinic kgolo ya bone ile gona go tokagatsa jalo the techniques and overall game of the athletes ka itselo gore ba ne ba tshwaretse ditiragalo tse tsotlhe mo toropo kgolo ga borone go ile gore ba ne bana jalo le Morris ke no nneng a ke bua jalo ka Dave Morris go tsang jalo ka kwa St Lawrence University ka ko USA ke no nna re tuntsha jalo ba tshameki ba mono gae o ke tla ha thalosa jalo gore this coaching clinics they give him an opportunity to discover new talent ke bua jalo ka ene Dave Morris from USA tse tsotlhe di ne diragala jalo ya ka bone ba le khotela squash ile gore kgangkgolo ya bone ke go leka go rutuntsha bana gore ba tsane mo gone motshameko ono. They had a 3-day coaching clinic ya ka nne ke simolla ya ka nne ke thalosa enneng e tshwere jalo go simolleng ka mathatso e wetse jalo mo tsatsing la maabane. BTV Sport ne le ka ko.
Honestly, I would say it means a lot because I'm not only representing my nation, I'm also representing my school. As you can see, I'm wearing the SLU squash gear. So now I have two teams that I have to uplift and live up to their expectation. My journey since I got there, it was a little bit difficult because I haven't been playing for a while. I haven't been to tournaments. So adjusting to matches because I was playing one. I'm playing one now. It was a little bit difficult to adjust for the people who are playing on my level. And new people, and also being in a team setting where everybody depends on you to win, where we support each other and we expect everybody to win so that the team can win. Yeah. Well, playing abroad, I would say it differs because here it's an individual thing, So whether you lose or whether you win, it's just you. So on the other side, which is in the US, everybody depends on you to be winning because it's a team setting, it's a team event. So yes, we do have a couple of individuals here and there, but also when you go to individuals, you're wearing your school gear. I got there, I was a 5 something, but then I dropped to a 4.8 because it's a little bit difficult. People are really good facing someone who's exactly like you, and here it's there's no competition. There's not quite a lot of people to compete with. It's only the 4 of us. So out there it's a lot of people, 16, 20 people who are way better than you. So
very well. So Angie's one of those raw diamonds. She's very, very gifted. Movement, very athletic. She's very gifted. She's had a good season with us. Unfortunately, she was injured for 3 months, but she managed to get herself fit just in time for our championships. And in the States, you've got conferences like Harvard and Yale are part of the Ivy Conference. Our conference is called the Liberty League Conference, and we won that this year for the first time in many, many years, largely thanks to having Angie on the team. If we didn't have her at number 1, we wouldn't have won it this year.
Arsale pele rock manajalo tsa boxing tse leng gore go ne go iragala ka ko Francistown ka ko Adensonia go leng gore ne re bona jalo bone ba professional ba tshwere tournament ya bone ya ntha ya ngwaga ono re bone jalo motshameki wa monogae kana le wa monogae Moabingaka a khona go fenya jalo the lightweight division national title through knockout moraga di round di dirwa ba bobedi montong e leng gore it was highly contested ha ba thalosa gone ka go the Golden Rush Boxing Championship so ka tsela gore ene Moabingaka ona khona gore a fenye ntwa yeo menesi ene hela Moabingaka o leng gore o ne a khona go fenya gone gona jalo le borama bole ba monogae ba le mmalwa gareng ga bone Stephen Bagwasi o leng gore la bohelo a lo tota Stephen Bagwasi go lebaka over 2 years back o na tsana jalo mo khobalong tota me yanong o na dira comeback ga go ka ko Francistown ka leng gore o na khona go fenya jalo motshameki wa ka ko Zambia me o ka tsela gore ne re bona jalo Tshapamba Butsi kana Gearbox a ya le mongwe ba leng gore ba ne ba le gone ka ko mena khona gore a lathegelo bo kutlwano El Chino o raketse ba ne ba le gone ka ko le bone ba khona gore ba lathegelo me hela kgangkgolo o ne le Moabingaka yo e leng gore o ne a fenya o ntametse phane mo go yone lebelo mo go lone ntwa yeo ya lightweight championship a ruto jalo mo go bone.
So first day I knew gore na tlo Russia na mpacha dipantse dintsi ba di suri di agora I knew gore ke to di daka yang and ke to hirang so obviously I targeted for his stomach I knew gore he has a weak liver so ke mo tested the first round I jabbed him ke mo gimita liver ke bona ya go tase then I was like yeah that's a weakness so because me like gimita go godimo ke mo tshamekisa 2 minutes then I went down again
but in a tata because maybe wait I want to go do I have so the thing was ana khona go mphetsetsa ka strength.
My last fight was 2023 in fact and then I got injured I get colored ligaments on my left shoulder so I've been cancel like it but make it without any fights I got a fight so I wanted to check my ring fitness or pavements I make and I get the whole 6 rounds so that was the game plan and then I end up winning the fight.
I'd like to thank my coaches, my supporters and my parents baban supportang wa ping fight ke win guys ne go se motho ne go le dingalonyana Gearbox is a tough boxer since ke mo itse ke ntse ke le monyenyane ke simolla boxing ntse ke monna ke mo leba ke di boxer tse leng gore ke di lebile thata tota go bua nnete mo bompie ko nge kopane le ene Gearbox as a young boxer meeting a boxer thata like Gearbox so that thing it tshwantsho imputse tlhaloganyo e rile gore ke akanye thata gore nyame jaaka Gearbox like ya ka nne go ntse Gearbox ke boxer le gore o tshameka in fight because umkhutshane so nna ke motelle I have to keep him away from me I have to jab ke betse 5 ke montshe mo go nna ya ka ntse go diragala I have to combine ha ke punch di long punches tota mo sporting sa rona mo Botswana like sport sa boxing go ne le di kgwetlhonyana hala I think or COVID lo ne ra affectile go gongwe why because after COVID tota Harris Terboni the fight sentle.
Yeah, the opponent was great but I'm fast and I'm quick so I prepared very well with my country and my team. Yeah, we came for the win, we don't come for the lose. The only thing that I learned is keep your hands covered up each time. Don't underrate your opponent. Even if you are good, no one is good. So I've learned more. Yeah, because this is my first professional fight to get a blood. Yeah, so I'm getting more experience. Actually, I want to be a world champion. That's my focus and is what I'm thinking about. So I'm focusing more. And my team is ready for everything. It's ready for anyone. Yeah, that's all.
I don't know. I think my problem with professional boxing is the fact that it takes long to have tournaments.
Yes, it does.
Bana gore mo go June ke gone nne go na le tournament ya ntha go tswa engwe ithela go te ka December. Ka tswa gore go emela next year.
Yes.
And it's professional boxing. This is where athletes are supposed to be making a living out of it.
Exactly.
You know,
and
yeah.
You tell keep since 2015 ha motho ka na salara ba geso le ntse le re haeng ka gore since le hua bokgondi ja professional boxing since 2015. Mara ke a bona gore mo schedule sa boxing even though it's a professional one but ana busy na this May, this June and this July. Sa ke re ke ta ka bona ba professional ba sentse ba supejela gone gore ba batong ba ba bona jela go the interclub tournament e tanga go UB gongwe ba tana le pressure gore ba ba dirile sengwe for before the end of the year.
Imbile ba di thopomba o mela gala re tselle pele re go mela jalo ka go ba le khota la chess ja ka ile gore ba tsere tshwetso ya gore ba oketsa jalo the match officials tse leng gore ke ba International Chess Federation o ka tsela re ba le khota la Botswana Chess Federation ba ne ba organize jalo kana ba ne ba dira tutuntsho yone ya the arbitrator seminar go leka jalo go oketsa jalo the match officials so ke tsela the training seminar ile gore kgangkgolo ya yone ene e le gone go lebella jalo melao yone ya metshameko yone ya chess ga mmogo jalo le gone gore go thokana le eng gore o kgone gore o nne jalo an official le gone gore o kgone go tsamaisa di tournament tsa monoga Vincent Masole o ile gore recently o thomilwe jalo go nna the chief arbitrator ka kwa African Schools Championships in Kenya o ntse a le mono ga go ta go rutuntsha bona ba ile gore bana ba tseneletse itutuntsho eo a rutwe jalo mo go bone
o na le bakang strategy tengintsi ene le ka gona gore re digeng gore go kotse challenge yone mo itse ka itse ka seminar yone me re batla gore re dire tse dingwe mo mahelong a harologaneng o Francistown because ha rena di event ko ntle ga borone ra sokola ga re remelle ka di abitara kwano plan ya rona ke gona gore re dire mahelo a harologaneng Francistown Maung then bogantsi ai mo hela mo you can arbiter any event gore teng because as a national arbiter dumela gore o tshwantse re bo itse tota kwena so o rupe gore ga ya go tsamaya ko leveleng engwe o bo o se itse arbitration.
We teach them the basics about the laws of the game, how to run tournaments properly, how they can go back to their areas and continue from where we started. You know, we want to spread the game and the competition and the learning to all of Botswana as much as possible. So in all areas of the country, we need to have somebody who has been taught, who knows the basics. One big advantage with this very course is that it is a FIDE accredited course, which means the candidates who are successful in this course, who pass the examination, will get what we call a FIDE National Arbiters certification and title.
Or in tournaments that I will attend in future, not locally as well, international, I'll be able to and to know what's need to be done and what our kids go through. It means a lot of things. I've been coming to chess tournaments and accompanying my kids, right? In there. Now that I have information, now that I can't be idling in the passages waiting for my kids, I can also take part as an arbiter.
Go komala tselo gore dine diragala jalo ka go serowe eletsa karate go re boneng jalo mogomotsi kolobe of Botswana ga mmogo jalo le katlego mosounyana go tsanga ka kagiso karate club ena the champions tsa Japi Karate Championship o ke tsela gore tsa tsone di tshwaretse jalo ka kwa Royal College of Education Kolobe o kgonne gore e nne mofenyi mo the male open committee category moraga gore a fenya jalo ka bo modisenyane wa Phalape Karate Academy mosounyane o kgonne gore a fenya jalo the female cadet under 52 kg category. BTV Sport ene ele ka kwa Royal College of Education
mo tsatsile gompeko kutla ke itumetse thata after a long time. So I'm happy now. I got gold medalist on senior male open. Go finally, no bereka thata. Mare master well training. Re banka di poster on tsere di bona gompeko.
Ke feel sharp hela ka hape ke itumetse ka gore ke sa training na kone le nyenyana training. So ke itumetse. Try to maintain those techniques sensing ki di dira be ki di baakanya ha di baakanya gante
ke itumetse. This is my second tournament ever since I started karate. This is my first gold, and I'm proud of myself, of what I did. It was very hard, and I worked hard to achieve this gold. It is very easy when you train hard. When you train hard, how bereka thata go dojong o reetsa sensei wa gago.
Right away, like nanela ke gore ke go mobilize the community, the stakeholders tse le gore di tshotso di nete, especially sponsorship ke bone gore ke sone mang gore tota turn up e tenne yone ke tsela gore ke yone kgang ile gore ra go bereka mo go yone re le Japi Karate Club ke tsela gore from here re ta borrola dithako re be re bereka thata nane mo the 3rd edition ile gore it will be much better than this one.
Are go komela jalo go tsa Khosafa ka South Africa go le gore stapa sa the Zebras mo tsela maabane ba tshameka jalo motshameko wa bone e le wa ntha kgathanong le Comoros mo motshamekong e leng gore re bone jalo stapa seo sa the Zebras ba tshameka maleka a lefela o ka dilo re maleka ao a ra gore le hatsela Botswana ba tshwanetse gore ba fenye jalo Zambia ka nno tse pedi go lefela ha ile gore ba batla go ipanna phatha jalo ko ska makhala khanyeng pele ha Benile nna re ka bua jalo ka tsone tsa Khosafa a rute jalo mo mokatising wa stapa sa the Zebras ke be jalo ka morena Cuthbert Ramorebudi.
Yeah, I think it was a good game of football for the mere fact that even their defender was selected as man of the match. It simply tells you how much pressure we had to put them under. It's just unfortunate that I think with all the opportunities we created today, luck was not on our side. I believe that we could have scored at least one from all the opportunities. I think we got 1v1s, we got a lot of opportunities. But again, honestly, to some of the players, it was their first match in the colors of the Zebras. And obviously, you could see how they adapted. And it's a game of football. We needed to give them that experience. We're playing against a very good team. But I believe that we gave our best. We played very well. Just unfortunate that the game of football will always be determined by the number of goals you score. Unfortunately, we didn't score today, but I'm happy with the performance and I'm happy with the development that we see with the team. I think we still have a chance. I always say, for as long as you still have another match to play, you must expect to challenge yourself and be better. We have another match, and I believe that we need to challenge ourselves and be better. But I'm happy that we played well today, even though we did not score. But I think you could see what we wanted to do. I'm happy with how we adapted. We'll go into the next match, prepare again, try to get positive results, and I believe that it's still within our hands.
Speaking, our performance yesterday wasn't it?
Yeah,
honestly.
we played like people. You know what? I got to realize this after the game. It was more of more stand out because I understood there were so many scouts of Chiefs, Liver Sundowns.
No, guys, perform. Be a team player.
Exactly.
Before you can even think about it.
So I realized but guys, no, that when I December I don't even want to watch a single game. Bloemfontein, one final group C. Madagascar, no 1-1 to pass sa group C. Madagascar after 2 games barale de balko di mototaka 4 points ha Eswatini ina le point ile ngwahela has to pass Tanzania sanjalo 0 points mejalo kana ko ya 6 pm lo samka jalo mosamiko wa group D o lo ngwahela tota to pass sa Zebras samka khona to pass Comoros me samka jalo maleka 0-0 kwa jalo Comoros has 4 points Zebras ina le 1 Zambia ina le 0.
We have to beat Zambia 2-0. Mosamiko e tsalla pele mo tsela gompieko ha re ta bana jalo South Africa kana ko ya boraro ba kopana le Mauritius, Mozambique yo e kopana jalo le lehatshe la Zimbabwe e ntse le kana ko ya boraro kana ko ya barataro metshameko e mebedi ha Namibia e ta kopana le Lesotho mme motshameko o mongwe e ta nna Malawi e kopana jalo le Angola a re tswa jalo Safari region re go lebella jalo metshameko e tsweletseng pele ka ko Europe ile ya the World Cup qualifier so ka itse re bana Kazakhstan matsela mabane bana ba fengwa jalo ke North ka no le ngwe go lefela Italy yone e fenya jalo Moldova ka tsepedi go lefela Estonia e fengwa ke Norway ka no le ngwe go lefela ha Croatia yone ba ne ba betsa jalo Czech ka no tse thano go e lengwe Belgium ine e fenya jalo Wales ka no tse tse 4 go tse 3 mme re bona jalo setlhopha sa Faroe Islands bone ba kgona gore ba fanye setlhopha sa Gibraltar ka nno tse 2 go elengwe mo tsela gompieko metshameko e tswelela pele ha re ta bona jalo Finland e kopana jalo le Poland mme re ta bona setlhopha sa San Marino kopana le Austria metshameko e mengwe te Netherlands e kuta kopana le Malta ha Romania e tla tsa jalo Cyprus San Marino e tsa jalo le hatse la Austria ya ka nne ke thalosa Serbia yone e tla kopana Andorra ke yone metshameko e tla ba tshamekiwa jalo e le ya the World Cup qualifiers. Like, you know what, well, at least there's a bit of football.
Yeah, there's a bit of football, there's a bit of chance for the betters. And yeah, at least that is the mood.
Yeah, not as competitive as we would love it to be,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. Ha re khagana ka tseleng jalo mo go tsa metshameko re kopana le tsona khante jana ha re ta re buisana jalo le re kabelo gidi kgangkgolo ya rona mo tsela gompeko ke go lebella jalo the recovery ya batshameki morago ga kgobalo gore what does it take for you to fully come back o siame sente o tswa mo kgobalong a re boe ka ha hela ha re tsoka ha naledi ga mo go le beni ba go leklela jalo sa mo sa pharakano mo tsitsila la bobedi.
Re tsena hela mo go yone ka thamalo tekuriso ya seemo sa pharakano mo sa gompiko la bobedi ke semole jalo ka tropo kgolo ga borone go uta jalo ka Constable Ramakoloi. Constable Ramakoloi dumela. Constable Ramakoloi, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Ra le telisi ameng khonne.
Siame lo guys.
Nya re teng dira hela senta gona matsapa a hisa mo pilo re ka uta jalo gore seemo sa pharakano sa makatelentse ja mo tropo kgolo ga borone khonne.
Yes, sir. Rama ke go dumedisa hela ka go studio ka go le setšhaba hela ka karetso rra. Seemo sa pharakano khonne ke mo tseleng ya A1 hela ha o ya ka phakana ka ha ba ga mma. Mme ra senga se ka gore pharakano tsa mona konye mo le gare la tropo santse go pega sentle ditsela tse di tsela mo tropong ra ka tsone tse di pharakano e ntsi bogolo jang hela ene tsele ya A1 A10 le A12 fela ha o tswa ka ga mokwena ke gona ha re itemagala pharakano e le ntsi teng go gamma mme ra santse go tsamega sentle ke nete ha tsalo hela go sala je go bonang ke gore batsamaga dinawa ga ba bona le ra santse go le hisiana hantle kopa hela gore tswentsweng a re ba ile ntlhoko mme le bone batsamaga dinawa ra re ba kgothatse gore le bone ke ba dirisi ba tsela a ba nne ba tloela go tlola ga go babalesegileng teng jalo le gone go dira tse di siameng gore ba se ka ba tswa sethabelong kgonne ka one magoko ke netefatsa gore toropo e babalesegile ke a kopa le dikgwetlho gope mo tseleng ga ntse re tlhola ditsela mo mosong wa gompieko se
Ramakoloi ra tabua jalo mo letsatsi la ka moso
a re kopane ka moso wa gamma.
Alright ele jalo Constable mo toropo kgolo ga borona ga tla lona kgannye gore ha ile gore o modirisi wa tsela wa tsamaya ka dinao ne tsa jalo gone gore o tola tsela ha go leteletsa gante mo budang go te zebra crossing but because there is no zebra on the road we jalo re pedestrian crossing me ka tseleng jalo we suta ke tabogela ka ko Francistown ga go bua jalo le Constable phela go uta gore badirisi ba toropo ya Francistown bone ba re tsela e me ka tsela e ntseng jang. Constable dumela. Good morning Constable phela.
Hello.
Ra le telisi ya meng khonne.
Re teng khosia.
Ra msemo sa pharakano sa makatelentse jang ka ko Francistown.
Ka go le go khonne mo na go nyong pe go tidi me se ba dirisi ba tsela tsarona tsotlhe. Tsela tsarona ke tsametse tsore mme mo na go nyong pe go pharakano sa mpe bona go dase mo tsone tsela tsotlhe. Tsela tse tsona eleng E1 Francistown tona ta Francistown mo khabana e tira ga tlhakana ta pharakano sa pele go dase mo go tsone ga yana bothata bo petse me tse bo mathile tsa King ka Zulu. Tsela pa go pana tele mara bu ipuisa Philip Matanta Jamal Drasen Joma Nyuburi Mtswati. Le tsone sa mpedi sa mela mo na go nyong pe go pharakano ne sa mpe bona le go tlase mo go tsone di tsela tseo a o tsena fa gare ga toropo tsa Blue Jacket Patrick Street ya Street le tsone se le mo go sekgoletse tse pantse ke tsamaya tsone ne ke le mo ga pharakano sa mpe le go tlase mo go tsone se ke se le mo ga yana mo go nyong ke bone ba tsamaganya ba se mo tsa go bona la mo matlhe gore go tla ditsela tsa rona ga tsela ke go go itse gara go tsotlhe tsona ntse ba betse thoko ga mo go le gona go banela tsone se ba ka sa go banya ka pabalesego le bone ba tsamaganya tla go ba go re ka go tsotlhe a ntse ba tsamaya mo matlhe gore go tlhatsela a bane ba netefatsa gore fa ba tsamaya ding ba be go babalesegile di roboto mo toropong ya rona mo tsela gompeo di ke ame tsotlhe di a dira ga dina bothata bope ke go ba kopela ka re go tsotlhe go tsala ntse ba di obamela matshwao otlhe a tsela obamela a re tla re tswela re tsere bikara mo tsela tsa rona mo kgweetsi mo pagami ga mmogo le ena o tsamaganya go leka go thibela tsone dikotsi ke tikela mo go nyang pego tla kopana mo le latela
ta bua matsatsi la ka moso Constable phela tholang sente.
Thank you sir.
Mo sa pharakano sa moso gompiko se ga re jalo ke Constable phela ka ko Francistown le ne o gatela jalo ne kganyeno ya gore badirisi ba tsela ba tsamakane tota ba kgabaganya tsela ka tsela e siame te ke di gare le ka tseleng jana ke tabogela jalo ka ko maung go buisana jalo le sub inspector ke lo tshegetse go uta gore ba ka ko motšhing ka ko se bone sa pharakano ba se bona ka tsela e ntseng jang. Sub inspector good morning.
Good morning sir.
Ding ya no buzile go borang go maong khonne ke tsa kire le ta gona go ipaballa jalo mo seemong seo sa bosa mme gonana a tsena jalo mo go tsa pharakano
ya le bogarapa ke tsena go ke dumeditse baratile ba bogedi ba Botswana television ke be ga se mo sa pharakano sa toropo ya Maung ke bua yana ke le mo tseleng ne ya sekgoma ela ha o tsena ka Maung ke ne tsa mo 8 ya tswa gona ka Francestown mme sentse e tsamagela bonolo pharakano santse le kota tsa sentse go le iswana ha ka go le moso le go le mari ga ra go seramenyana go phishwana e tsitsana tota ke yone nako e re solohelang gore batho ba tle ba itshopere thata ga re le dimmese di ba khurumeditseng ditsebe ka jalo go botlhokwa gone gore di tsaballe thata mo tseleng a re tsube dipone re le ba kgweetse re bona le hela re santse re le kgakala bona gore ba tsamakanna ba bone dikoloi ba kgone bona go tsa dithuso tse di maleba ga ba se ba tlola tsela mme o tsamaya le tsela ya gore go le gare la toropo e tsamagela bonolo a gona sekgoreletsi sepe dipone tsa mosepele le tsone di a dira hela sentle tsela ya se re tsagama go tswa mo sekeleng e tsala ko Matapana le yone santse e tsamagela bonolo pharakano ke santse le a tlase ga mogo ya le yone ya se re tsagama tsa gone mo sekeleng leo e rala toropo e tsala ka ya kopana le yone e tiri ha o tswa ka Maungo tsala ka go gantsi mme tsela tawana le yone e kopanang tsela e kopanya tsela ene ya sekgoma le yone ya tsheko santse di tsamagela bonolo re solela thata ba tsamakana thata bogolang bana ba dikoile ha le bogolang kana kwa bosupa tota bana ba ntse thata mo tseleng ya sekgoma le yone ya tawana kopo ya la ke gone gore re ba ile ntlhoko ba gaetso re le ba kgwetsi re ska ra ba tsenya mo dipatseng ya la ka tseleng tse jalo ro ba mele one matshwao ba tsela re be re emeleng ka nako se tsebo sele le a bona ke re go le itshwanana a re emeleng ka nako re ska re itlhela anong e re sempeta ke go eta e leng gore ditsela di kopana mme la ka re tsorang ka re di kalo tsa toropo e a re ho re kopana gape mo nakong e tla
ra le bogarta bo jela mo tsatsing la ka moso e le sub inspector ke lo tshegetsa jalo se mo sa pharakano mo sa gompieko ka ko Maung se se ba ka gora jalo gone gore lala o tla re bolla gore Botswana wa mosa gompieko re mothuta ka mme kitso re o e rata mo mas
Ben. Hi. You know the one thing also, we are going to Conway King, which is by just by the Limpopo River. The border, ya Martin's Drift border. It's an off-road. You can take a little quick trip for the day, and you can get up to a lot of things. And one of the things that you can get up to, if you're not much of a nature lover, you can just go in and get your nails done and get a massage. And then right after that, go on the quad bikes and have a little bit of an adventure with your family. So check this out. This is Kwando King in the spa. And then right after that, we're going to go on a bit of a four-wheel drive out there. Check it out. Not all is guns and wild animals here, Mokwano King. There is also one for you if you are a relaxer and you like your peace and quiet and your body massages, because right here I have the Spa and Wellness Center and I'm about to meet Bui, who's going to be taking me through the most beautiful hand treatment ever. Hi Bui.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
All right, so tell me, what do you have at the Spa and Wellness Center?
At the Spa and Wellness Center, we offer massages, we offer facials, manicures, pedicures, and yeah, it's a great experience. It's a home away from home feeling, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy yourself.
So what do you have for me? Because I'm very excited.
We have a little massage treatment for you, and I know it'll hit the spot.
Literally, I am so excited. I've got my hands dirty today, so it's time to clean up and enjoy a spa routine, and I'll tell you all about it when I get back.
So this is where we do our massage. There are Swedish massage, there are deep tissue. We also do the facials. This is our basket for the facials. We also do the wax over there.
in the wellness spa ya Kwanokeng, and I gotta say I was a bit tense, and I got to enjoy the Swedish massage, which included hot stones on your back, making sure that it relieves all the tensions, the clots in your body, so your body can flow right and your body relax. I quite enjoyed it so much. I also got a complimentary pedicure, right? You can also find manicures here and so much more, which comes to show that Kwanokeng, you get the best of both worlds, from adventure to relaxation. It's up to you to choose what you want to do. From here, we'll be going to the quad bikes, and just to include it in the adventure, it's going to be sundowners in the bush. You don't want to miss this one. I switched in my car and ride and guide, by the way. And today I'm joined, right now I'm joined by Mopati, who is the guide on our quad bike tour. I think it's a little exciting to be here. Can be shared with friends, with family, with anybody. And it's fairly safe as long as you listen to your guide. So Mopati, please tell us about the safety when using your bikes here.
Once you have a bike, o tshwanetse go bala melawana e le gore wa itlhela mo bikeng go na le di board tse di tlhalang di le mo di bikeng. Most of di bike tsa rona di na le tsone dilo tseo gore go na le you don't have to carry a passenger.
Okay.
Ngwana under 16 ga tshwana go pagama bike. Also avoid operating on a public roads go ne hela melawana e tseng yalo. Gape bike ya rona ga wa tshwana go patagana le motho ga go pagame batho ba le babedi.
Okay.
Ga le mo teng ga bike o tshwanetse gore o ride all nose.
Ke bala ha gore le di notary, it's very
wa bona gore that's why gore ke once la o pagama bike tshwanetse go bo bona hela wa bona gore is visible to you and how le mo bana.
Yeah, le nna nka ipalla le nna ke itse. And always wear a helmet, eye protection and protective gear. Yes. This is the perfect sundowner for me because the sun is about to go down and there's nothing as thrilling as being on a bike, watching the sunset and also enjoying the wind in your hair. It's also a bit warmer now, so I think the times that are lit for you, but enjoy and let's go. And just like that, we have come to the end of our ride today. What a ride it was. How dusty I am. It shows that if you do want to come here, make sure you bring a change of clothes or you're ready to get down and dirty in the bush. We started off with a game drive early in the morning. Didn't see many animals because I'm thinking it's the heat. But unfortunately, we'll be exploring more of Botswana and hoping to see the big five mostly. But we did enjoy all the animals we saw today. And we got to explore Kwanokeng and everything that it has to offer. But right now, did I say there's a pool? Now I'm telling you because I'm going to jump into the pool and get this dust off me before I head to dinner, where we're going to enjoy the beautiful food from the Kwanokeng restaurant. I'll see you tomorrow as I bid you goodbye. And just like that, our adventure at Kwanokeng Lodge comes to an end, and what a beautiful day or session it was. Coming here and finding out all the adventures, meeting the lovely people. Would like to thank them for welcoming us and giving us a good time. This is Discover Botswana, proudly brought to you by Nkawana Adventures, which is a corporate team building company. You can find them on Facebook for all your sessions that can build your team for effective communication and more. But from me to you, our adventure ends here, but we'll be back again.
back to Dumela Botswana jaaka ne ke bua ha thulanga se mola gona gore mosa go mpiko puisana rona ya ntha ke ga buisana jalo le re ao ba kwenko ne re bua jalo ka yona kganyeno ya entrepreneurial growth in the digital era gore gore me ra tlhaloganya bile ra bona gona gore technology se tse re phikelo e sele for the betterment of our business, I would say me anong ka ora no it's actually a new adventure for you as a business also me ka ra jalo kgethonyana gona gore ka ra video tse di diragala mo bosheng o ka dira jang gore o le kgwebo o leverage jalo in terms of you maximizing the profits mo the jalo in technology mo sa go mpiko ke nagano le re o eleng gore o tlhaloganya tsote tseo botoka go nkgaisa kana ke re o ditse botoka go na le nna le wena ke ene re ao ba kwendoni. He is an accredited business advisor. Good morning Arendoni le teng
ke a lebogarra moso montle
mo khonne ke tsa sebaka se gore ke go lebogo bo khona go takwana mosa go mpiko ka kwa mo Dumela Botswana re bitsa la be re ke business Tuesday go ra jalo gone gore re ha batho ba di kgwebo makgwebo le ra kgwebo kana ngwe le moji moreki di kgakolo tsa ka di dirang go nna jalo a smart shopper kana a smart business person mosa go mpiko re ba jalo ka entrepreneurial growth in the digital era go re simole jana gore ga re bua jalo ka digital era le kgolo mo kgwebong gone mme ka di kopanya gore re bua ka gaeng
tota ebile ha re bua ka kgang ya go gola mo maranyaneng re bua ka go ka tsenya kgwebo ya gago mo lehatsheng ka kakaretso because you understand gore lehatse it's a global village,
right?
So it's very important that you become part of the ecosystem as well. Le na one karolo ya batho ba ile gore ba ira kgwebo jalo ba irisa maranyana ona lente mme bile o sa dirise hela mo lehatsheng la Botswana wa dirisa o itse ro ka amana le motho e le mo gwebi kana wa amana le motho a batla go reka mo gwena o le mo Botswana le ena le go mahatseng a sele so ke gone mo re go buang go amanya kgwebo ya gago le go amanya maranyane wa tsisa ga mmogo
gore mme ga re bua pele ga re ka nang go lona maranyana a buang gore ka amanya jalo gore ka tshela re le batho in a global village a re bua jalo gore go le re enkoni o simana jalo o le mo botana go gola jalo o itemogetse diphetogo di mo dikgwebong ga di dirang dilo ka teng especially mo kgolong ya maranyane
irra gongwe re ka etsa mo dingwageng tse di 20 go tsweng gompieno ka kgwebo di dirwa ka teng ne re itse hela gore kgwebo ka ha o tsamaisang ka teng o tshwanetse gore ha o ya go semausung kana ka hela go rekang teng o tshwanetse gore o botse madi mo go ena ka nako tsa teng ne ke sena le haelone karata ya banka no go sana le karata ya banka ne ke ka se ke reke mme bile mo gongwe ne le gore ha ke na le yone ke tshotse gongwe la motsadi ke tshwanetse gore ke na le sesupo se
exactly
mo nakong tsa gompieno le ha o ile ka hela o ile go reka ha gona ha o kupang sesupo teng mo gorang gore go na le phetogo tse le gore di teng gongwe le ka ha re dirang dituelo ka teng go harologane mme ka gore le go dira dituelo go harologane go ra go le gone go tsamaisa kgwebo ga rona go harologane re dirisa one maranyane go ka tsenya se le go ra se rekisa batho ba se bone gone go ha gongwe bile o reka selo o iso se bone mo dingwageng tse tsa bogolo go no re itse gore o bona pele o tlhola pele gore a mme go mo go itekanetse malatsing a no tshwantse re bo go tshwere
right gore me ke a rata ka gore no wenta tse go gaisa yona kganyeno ya gore the digital era gore me re bua ka gaeng a re banang kolele a mangkhonne gone gore gone me ha re bua ka diphetogo gore re go ntse jana le jana gore no ka ska wa tsama wa tsama ka karata ya motho a seo jalo he re dikaitsa this digital tools tse di buang ka ga tsone ke di hintse le gore sentse ba tsana mo nakong ya gompeko ba le ke jelo go di tlhaloganya
erra mme bile gongwe re lemoge paka e re le mo go yone ya maranyana it is what we call the fourth industrial revolution mo e leng gore we have moved from analog into digitalization jaaka ke itse le Botswana television re bua ka kanya digitalization so ka ha re tsamaisang kgwebo ka teng go tsamaisana le one maranyane a ileng gore a tlhokagala mo lehatsheng la rona gongwe re ka tsa re ke mohikela o tseneng dikgwebo tsa rona ke tla irisa le go mohikela ka gore mahatshe ko ntle kwa a hetogile ka ha tsamaisang dilo ka teng ka ha dirang dilo ka teng yana ha re bua ka digitalization into the space of entrepreneurship ga re bua hela ka dikgwebo tse di kgolwanyana kana ga gongwe re bua ka digitalization go dumela gore nya ke a dikgwebo tse di kgolwanyana le tsa dikgwebo tse di potlana tota le mase mausu hela o ipeetse tafole hale o tlhokana le tsone maranyana ona go ka tsamaiso kgwebo ya gago se leng gore se botlhokwa
it's moving at a very fast pace. How can I as an individual, a business owner, future proof my business against rapid technical changes? When gore ha o itse ka moso go diragala go se o se dirisang gona so ga sa go berekele ka moso o dira jang gore do tse o dirisang gona tse go berekela matsatsi le ka moso mo go teng you are future proofing your business against anything or any changes.
Bontsi jwa rona ha re simola dikgwebo segolo bogolo Batswana ba ile gore ke buisantse le bone re ntse ga se re bua ka kgwebo o lemoga gore re tsena mo kgwebo mme ga re baballe ga re somarele dikakanyo tsa rona kana ka ga re batlang go godisa kgwebo ka teng re na le makgotlana a tshwana le bo sipa a ile gore a lebagane gone go babalela the intellectual property of a business yaanong gangwe le gape re tla be re tsena mo dikgwebong tsone tse re atolosa dikgwebo tsa rona re na le di-logo jalo di-trademark sengwe le sengwe e be re sa di babalele when we talk about the future we need to also talk about protection because you cannot enter into the future as a business owner mme wena wa sa babalela kgwebo ya gago kana ka ga o batlang go e tsamaisa ka teng mo isagong
ke rata go bua jalo nkgonne mme yaanong o ira gore ke botse potswene ke tabeng ke botsa gone gore go sa kgathaletse gore kgwebo bokae kana botona bokae what are those must have technological or digital technologies that you feel like go ngolongwe shonzo nne le tsone at basic
gangwe le gape re na le go akanya gore re tsenye maharatlhatlha a dingalo a
bo di server ra go motho ta file gore ba ta di server go le erra
mme tse leng gore di gaufi le rona mo le mongwe wa ditse ke tsone tse di botlhokwa tse re tshwanetseng go nna le tsone re bua ka the Microsoft tools that are very important o ta ga khamala gore go santse go na le bagwebi ba ile gore le lekwalo ka ga le structure wang ka teng ga ba ise ba itse mme be re santse re mo nakong ile gore re ka irisa maranyane a tseneletseng pele ga re tsenela mo go a tseneletseng a re ithute ka re santse re na lone gona na bo go dira di cash flow projections jalo le jalo Microsoft Excel is there for us to advance our abilities le go itse gore re ka projecta madi a rona ka tselentseng ja
social media ha gona ka re ka ska ra bua ka gona ka teng ka gore ke dimajalo gona gore e hetotsa ka re dirang dilo di le dintsi ka teng o le moitsanape wa dikgwebo kana o le mogakolodi wa dikgwebo o tshela gore ka social media is it bad is it good kana motho ka e dirisa ja mo kgwebong ya gago gore mosologele molemo
sengwe sa ntlha ke go itse di-platform tse di harologaneng tsa social media le gore motho ha le mo Instagram se kae le ha le ko Facebook e nna ka re ke ba babedi ba ba harologaneng mme ntse le motho a le mongwe he le dinepe tsone tse o di tsenya mo maranyaneng a harologaneng ha dinko di tshwane mme gore a gore le se motho a eletsang go se bona mo maranyaneng go harologane social media works with what we call algorithms so depending on what you want to search or what interests you need to know your audience and study your audience there are certain languages that we dirisa mo LinkedIn for example that you cannot use on Facebook and that you cannot use also on TikTok or Instagram so study these various social media platforms le nako ya go itse go posta le ha go postwe ha na go mo
le batho ba robetse maphakela eng yo so nna go ile gore go itse gore nako e ke yone siametseng go posta sengwe se na dikgwetho mankgonne di teng ebile malatseng ya mo technology ga go a hackiwa ga go a tweng ke diriske le gore gona jalo le batho ba bidiwang jalo go te ba di scammer what are some of the challenges tse le go dikgwebo di ka iphithela go dikopa le tsone mme ba le palepane jalo yone kganyo ya gore ba nne mo dinakong le maranyane
mebile mo nakong ya gompieno go dingalo ka gore ne re atle re teo go teng ya ha ile gore ga gona se tshwantsho sa motshikinyego se se supang gore go mo ke ba maruri o se ka wa tsana mo go gona ya no re setse re bona maranyane a dirisa wena se tshwantsho sa motshikinyego se irisa motho a bua so sa se bua se le ka go convince batho so re tshwanetse go itse ka botlalo gore a mme motho ga ka o moitse o ka bua do tsa go nna jana is this what they really represent akanya hela ke la ao ba go ke itswe ke le mo go bebe ke a go bua ka dio dingwe tse di scamang batho ba tshwanetse re be ba nkitse pele
a se re go tate motho ga itse bisena I'm just saying
nya gone go ntse jalo but also it's due diligence as a business owner be curious enough to ask yourself questions are amme go ka nna ba maruri
before we take any conclusions
le mapodisi a teng go ka gakolola batho ba teng go ka gakolola gore amme go mo ke go ga ba maruri o botse le batho gore amme go mo ke go ga ba maruri
maybe I think we should also give this AI and automation a bit of a minute or two gone gore wena o le moitsana puntso le mo in this field of business advising o bona ka tselenseng jang e thusa dikgwebo ka tselenseng jang
to
AI and automation because kizo maltseng ke le gore everything is always AI everything is automated mo le gore ha kitso a go siametse gore dikgwebo kana go dira go lebile jalo gone gore mo rekeng o ta ikutwa ka tselenseng ja
ibile gantele ke bile ka the fourth industrial revolution dio dingwe tse le di tla ka the fourth industrial revolution ke artificial intelligence something that we need to appreciate maybe le re gone go tsela le gone mo ke go dumelang go le botlhokwa ke thuto e tseneletseng ya go itse ka ha artificial intelligence e berekang ka teng ga ya tla go senya ka jaaka gongwe batho ba tle ba akanya gore nya mme re tla be re tsetse ditiro ba rotlhe re sa bereke tsa kere le ka o jaaka wena na ga ka ke a tseelwa tiro ke AI re santse re go tlhoka gone ya gore re ne le puisano ya go nna jaana so in that context we need to appreciate and also embody the idea of re kopanya artificial intelligence into our business processes and everything that we are doing ke ntse ke bua ka ba Microsoft Word and everything gona le di-tools tse di ka go rutang gore me Microsoft Word how can you maximize its potential jalo le jalo
right ngwadi o tse leng gore malatsing a gona le dithuntso tse leng gore di tseneletse go gaisa selekanyo ke yone o ya data privacy and the laws re tlhaloganye re itse go le kana kang ga di ba jalo ka data privacy ya ka tebere ga re la puisana rena gone gore how do we stay compliant of those?
Se leng gore se botlhokwa ke go itse seo se tsang go batho ba ba rekisetsang it's your customers what kind of information do you want from them and how are you going to use that particular information
right
go botlhokwa gore o buisane le ba ileng gore bereka le bone ke ba go bika wena kana gongwe they are your customers gore ba bolelle ka mosola jwa information e leng gore ba go enela so sa ntlha ke go ruta batho ba o berekang le bone gore botlhokwa jwa gore o tse that information came from them
nkgonne re silo ke nako mme batho go botsa potso ba helone jalo e ga re lampuisana gone gore o ka gakola monana o batlang jalo go simolola kgwebo ya mo maranyaneng o mara bona kana go gompiki o santse a se itse gore gone eng keng and potso ka tla be jalo mo in just 30 seconds gone gore gakolo ka mo e ha mona go nya gompiki ile gore ke monana le gore o batla go simolola kgwebo mme ha itse gore ka simolola ka especially mo maranyaneng
sa ntlha itse batho ba batlang go ba rekisetsa le se le gore ba sa kgatlhegela maybe a itse gore nako tse dingwe ga se go irisa maranye hela go santse gona le batho ba ba dumelang gore ba batla go bona se leng gore wa se rekisa ba batla go se bona ka matlho ba se tshware jalo le jalo mme go botlhokwa gore le wena e re o le mo go bijalo o inakane le go itse batho ba ileng gore wa ba rekisa
ke se botlhokwa gore o itse batho ba ileng gore wa ba rekisa ba ile gore ke mo budang jalo go te those are your target market right re a ba kwenkoni thank you very much my brother 115 minutes o nne le mkusane mme ke majalo gone gore re tana ntse re bua jalo mo nakong tse di tang go ruta banana le bora dikgwebo gore ba ka tsebisetseng dikgwebo tsa bona so thank you very much my brother
ke a leboga
alright ile jalo re a ba kwenkoni re ga jalo puisana rona ya nthamo sa gompeko jaaka ne re bua ka the entrepreneurial growth in the digital era bo ke tsang kere o ithutile go le go bedi go le boraro mo sa gompeko motho e so di khanki tseo tsa nako ya bosupa di khantsa nthamo Dumela Botswana
Right, we'll see you in Morocco, July 5. Ile ne metshameko ya Women Africa Cup of Nations ya ka stopasa the mess ba taba ba tsa karolo gone ka ko me motsela gombeko ke go tlhaletse ditse jalo gore ga gona le dingwe tsa dikgantse le gore di a tshwanya mo go tsa metshameko ke tsone dikgantse di kgobalo tsa batshameki botsana gore gone mme ha motshameki for instance re ka boela ha maragonyana Diamond League bona ba ya pondorile gore he got injured botsana gore gone mme what does it take to diagnose and understand the type of injury gore the athlete or the player wa ba e bone ha re tswa treatment options what do we do about it maybe re go tswa ha be le gore khangenna the recovery and return to sports go ta go buisana jalo le ba ile gore ba tlhaloganya botoka bana le sebaka sa gore ba bereke le bone batshameki ke tse sebaka se ke dumele sebeka amogela jalo re kabelo gidi who is the master personal trainer re gidi madume nkgonne le kae Reitso erra are bue ha ke setse ke atatile di kgantse di kgobalo mo batshameki le gone gore go tsaya eng gore be motshameki a ka boela mo go tsa metshameko a re simolele ka stage 1 se re ka se buang re ke the diagnosis level gore karabo ba ta go taboga hela ha re wa taboga she pulls out re diagnose yang gore bothata bo ha kae
karabo tshentso re ha ile gore who experienced that minor injury or major one, the first step like a doctor, medical doctor, to check the affected area, affected really how much. And then the medical doctor will assign the athlete to the physiotherapist. Physiotherapist will identify also what's the real issue and how to address it. And then from there, to go down to a trainer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, that's where most of the, the time you guys come in. Going to a trainer is an issue of treatment now. Normally when athletes comes to you guys, their doctors' medical reports and everything, where do you guys start?
Normally, me personally, I don't look at the doctor's report alone. I have to see the physiotherapist report also.
Yeah.
So that I know route to start training. Because there are processes before you start training.
Yes.
You don't just shoot straight to training before you go through other processes. Yes, and then the physiotherapist will have a set of exercises to do for that injury. And there are levels, you don't just hit to heavy stuff or you take it from light to high. So in this process, only phases. The phase 1 is always the physiotherapist phase, which takes about 1 to 4 weeks. And then phase 2, that's when you start with lighter exercises in the gym. Phase 3, you keep on increasing. Phase 4, then we are strengthening. Phase 5, that's when we do the return to sport. Yes.
Return okay, well, it's from the observations and past experiences where most of the athletes, most of the players, they rush back to return to sport before they can fully go through the treatment and recovery process. What are the impacts of doing that?
The impacts are very simple. The injury is not gone. So the minor injury you got when you return early, it might go to another grade because there are grades, 1, 2, 3. So if you're on a grade 1 and then you continue with the grade 1, you might get to grade 2. And you might even end up only a cut. If it's a muscle, it might cut. But if you go through processes, it takes time. But it depends on which injury is there. So it will take time. Most of the time, athletes go back to sport early because of the issue of funds.
Yeah.
Funds. This is to see a doctor, you need money. To see a physiotherapist, you need money. To see me, you need money. So to check and check, need money. Most of our athletes, they don't make money.
That's why they, always have the occurring injuries. After 2 weeks, you are out again injured. You come back, you are out again injured. One of the reasons why athletes always rush back to play. In situations like this, Lona, how do you advise them? What do you normally do to make sure that whoever athlete came to you to say, look, Mr. Gidi, I need help, you go through, the full process? How on a shortcut?
It's not easy to get them to follow the process. Especially, I've dealt with a few athletics. So they are always on pressure of making time.
Yeah.
I'm about to. I'm
the
here.
World Championship
I'm
this
here.
September.
You see, we are selection for going to the world, selection to the relays. I have to. So that's the problem. And then when it quiets down, they feel like it's gone, but it's not gone. It's there. So once they start engaging, it comes back immediately. So I've worked with a few. We didn't complete the process, but because they didn't have money, I didn't charge them. But where I was taking them, they were paying to access. So to access for them, like 1,000 for a month. So I was training these guys free because I wanted to see something. So I was working with these guys and then the sports doctor. They were going to the sports doctor and then they come back. Physiotherapist, come back. So where they were going, I think they were paying. But after a month, they stopped. But the injury was not gone. The injury was quiet. So I asked him, are you okay? No, I feel it's quiet now. So back to the coach on the track. The coach, I update the coach. The coach is also saying, okay, I've tried to tell these guys not to load now. They don't listen to the coach. They want to make the time. So they end up coming back again.
They want to qualify for the tournaments, you
Yes.
know, there is always deadline in qualifying for certain tournaments, and it's unfortunately the bad part of it that when you look at it, it's just unfortunate that now in issues of money and, you know, going for a competition, but you can't go for a competition along where you are not fully fit, you haven't really fully recovered, you know. What do you guys normally advise them to do?
We advise that, especially the hamstring. The hamstring is a tricky muscle. It's big, and when you run, most of the time, is one that is having too much load. That's why most of them are always hamstring. 100 meters, 200, especially when you start with an explosive movement. So those explosive movements, if you don't have a strong one, you're not going to finish it. Yes. So the advice is always take all the necessary steps. It might take to fully recover, following all the stages. Even though sometimes you don't start with phase 1 and phase 2, because the injury is not grade 3 or grade 2. Maybe it's just the grade 1. For example, I had another athlete. She was competing in South Africa this past weekend. She had a groin injury, grade 1, just a minor. So she's working with a physiotherapist and me. My advice was, don't run. She decided to go and run.
Yeah.
Right now, the leg is not moving. So they came back. We didn't meet. So we're gonna meet today and check how much damage is there. But I said, don't run. But they decided to just cross because you're not there. Cross. They're driving themselves.
Yeah.
And then they run.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, it's just unfortunate that, you know, our athletes, they are open. You know, I wish I had an athlete also or root from that perspective. Yes, of course we do understand, but at the end of the day, it's a national team athlete, BNSC or association to say, most of the time the cases in athlete you are on your own.
Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's easy. With UB Athletics, I work closely with Justice Dumela. So he's always open. I always update him on his clients because his athletes will always say, okay, I have a problem here, help me there. But with other coaches, they do their own strength training, they do their own rehabilitation, they do almost everything. Which sometimes is not good because you don't even know how to address other issues. So it's not always easy with others. But some they have the information, what to do. But the pressure is here. I want to make it to this. The pressure is here. If they were running local competitions and win something, at least when you are out, you will say, okay, fine, but I want something there, so I can just relax and recover. But for now, the pressure is here. I want to make the time. I'm close to 45. I'm 46. I'm from 48. So they're always like, I'm here, I'm here. So the other thing I've observed in local competitions, so somebody's been from 48, going all the way 47, and then down 46, and then injury happens. They are always pushing to get to 45. But you are injured. You are not going to get to 45. You are going to go for 48 again. Because you are not going to finish. And after that, what do? Ice bath is the common thing for my friends. Ice bath.
Its impact, quickly, I have less than a minute to wrap the interview up. The impact that you are ice bath came because has training ice bath. What is the situation?
Baths are different. There is a contrast bath where you're using cold and hot. They are different. And then there's cold. Cold is, they help you recover fast without taking too long to recover. But most of the time, our athletes do it wrong. You do it on a Friday, you are competing on a Saturday. You do it on a Thursday, you are competing on a Saturday. There are going to be more injuries. You get into an ice bath, your muscles shorten. When you get cold, you shrink, you don't expand. So they shorten. So once you explode in your running, you are forcing them to be elastic, but they are not that elastic.
That's why you get injuries.
That's why you get injuries. In professional sport, ice bath is used after major event. You are in a major event now, and then you have another one coming in a week. So for you to recover fast to go back to start training, after the major event, you get into ice bath, you recover, and then you start training. Your training is going to take you light to hard.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we understand gore as bathe baraka ka tselentnya re gidi di khantshang ke di hela go kampa ga hela nako ke lebogetse go taga go ka kwanong khonwile and tell Lord thank you so much once again and have a good day.
Thank you.
Right. Re ne re buisana jalo le re ka belo gidi re ne re bua jalo ka di khantse leng gore di teng e le di khobalo tsa batshameki le gone gore o di diagnose ka tselentnya treatment recovery and return to sport gore ke ntse leng gore motshameki o tshwanetse gore a se dire gore ha boa be le gore o boa siame sentle re sa bone jalo le gore o boa 2 weeks and then out again with injury ke dumela gore o ikutlwetse mme re gagana ka tselentseng jalo mo tsela la bobedi re kopana gape mo tsela ka motso ha re taba re bua tse dingwe di kgang e letsa metshameko ke bua karabo Miss K Bosena until tomorrow good day.
Lush green, pristine and serene. The Breakfast Show decided to take a breather from the city and we are all the way calling Tauko Lion Rock Farms where it's all about farming, camping. They also have the most beautiful landscape and that's exactly what caught our eye, making our way here to see what they have in store for us. How to bring your farm to life, make it green and beautiful as you can see behind me. I got to walk around for a bit and I saw a couple of fruit trees, banaledi lemons, they've got even olives, which was very interesting to me. They also have apples and guava trees, but also I know I'm a lover of trees. I even have a phone app that teaches me how to find the coolest trees in the vicinity. Beautiful petunias, some succulents and a lot more, but we're going to find out from the farm manager in just a bit. Her name is Pauline Mompati. We'll be with her in a bit to find out what more they have to offer from this farm, but also how they upkeep it and make it as beautiful as you can see it.
Resistance by the people, struggle must let victory by African heroes.
We want to have these breathtaking views. A lot has gone into upkeeping this beautiful farm. But joining me right now is the farm manager of Lion Rock Farms, Pauline Mompati. How to upkeep such a beautiful farm, where it came from and where it's going.
Loni ya rona e bidiwa LM grass. Ke loni e leng gore yone ka bo yone ya spread e be kgona cover area ra ye ntsi mo nakong e khutshwane gape ke lone e leng gore ha e khathiwa e sala e ntse e patagane e le intact e kgona gore e withstand bokete ba ka ha e gatiwang ka teng mo grassing re na le mostly the succulent plant tse e leng gore tsone re di thopile ka mabaka gore they can withstand a harsh condition, more especially during nako ya the winter. And also again the water requirement ya teng ga e ko godimo unlike the crop tse dingwe.
Ke a utlwa gape ga re ntse re ne re tsamaya jaana o mpontsha ground covers. Can you tell me the difference between the ground covers and the grass, le gore why le dirise grass ena le ha le tsentseng di ground covers ke le ne le di tsenya ho, ebile what purpose do they serve?
E be re nna le di lawn cover, di ground cover tse pedi. Tsone ke tse leng gore ga o dirise lawn mower da ikgodisela ka botsone be di spreader. Tsone advantage ya tsone ke gore di evergreen, ha di affectwe ke di temperature tse di harologaneng. Mo lawning ya rona mo area reng e leng gore re limile re likile ka bojothe gore re tsenye di indigenous plants. Tsote ke dithare tse e leng gore ha e le nako ya dipula di change mathara a teng a nna green, gape di tebe di kgothagana di ha moriti we leng gore mongwe le mongwe a ka o eletsa gore a nne mo gone. E be re nna le dithare tse dingwe gape di succulent plants tse di tshwanang le bo di snake plant, bo aloe vera le bo di cactus. E be re nna le di hard material tse leng gore ra di dirisa, na le matapa, medi ya dithare, dithito tsa dithare le tsone le tsone aim ya teng ke go ha that natural feel ya gore o bone gore everything can be used for decoration.
Pauline, ke tsela gore le hilo le le nne le ntle jana, there is a lot of maintaining that happens. How do you go about the maintenance of the area?
Re dirisa crawl manure, ke yone e leng gore re tebe re spread around, then we water more because lone ke so se leng gore sa rata metsi. The more we nosetsang gape the more e golang ka teng, so tshwanetse gore constantly o nne we mowa. E be go nna le di thare tse leng gore di surroundile these indigenous trees tse leng gore re di jwadile. Tsone le tsone every time di a gola e be di tswa in shape, so every time we go around them e be re inspect gore how many should be done, then e be re allocate nako ya gore ra ro di shape leng, then also again e be re bona gore re ka add which other colors, more especially ka gore khona o dirisa le bo di petunia ga phele bo di marigold.
A thing or two about keeping such farms. First things first, to know how to use your environment to your advantage. All the trees, but just cutting them and trimming them to make a canopy. That can help you so much with the shade, and also using the manure from your farm animals into your grass. The type of grass you use, how it spreads out and it can help you keep it green all throughout the year. Also, one thing that I learned that was very, very good knowledge for myself, knowing which trees to keep so you can have evergreen farms. Knowing to choose your succulents and your cactus trees is a very good point when you have harsh weather such as Molintsole Taujana. A thing or two, and you're gonna make your farm as beautiful as ever. We'll maybe visiting you very soon, so work on that farm and make it green and lush. I'm gonna get my hands dirty, but a city girl, but today I'm gonna show you that I'm a farm girl. I'm going to mow the lawn. Dumela Botswana, the breakfast show. Getting into our second conversation today, one that's very important to me because we are talking about empowering women through financial independence. And when we're talking about financial independence, there's one person that can better explain what that is, and she is a financial advisor. Her name is Vanessa De Silva. Just here and there, little nuggets that can help you better be financially independent in your life. Hi, Vanessa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. A financial planner and investment advisor. That is your title. Yes. But first, tell me what a financial advisor is.
So essentially, we work with individuals, one-on-one clients, and we give them recommendations, help them with their investment portfolios. Let's look at the wealth of the assets that you have. How can we improve them? What are the pitfalls to avoid? And so that's really what we do.
Yeah, and I continue with the financial advisor, building wealth. But it starts from the beginning. So it's you are the roots of it. You know, you understand the root level and how to help somebody build up.
Yes, absolutely. We start all the way from your entry job level person who's starting out all the way up to a retiree who's maybe got 3 million pula, you know. So it just really goes throughout all your working life. Having a financial advisor is really important.
So if you want to build your wealth, this is the way to go. And today we're empowering women, specifically when we're talking about financial independence. First, I want to talk about, when we're talking about financial independence, especially in women, what does it mean and what are the dangers of not having financial independence?
So essentially, when we're all starting out, we're all dependents. We're all dependent on our parents. And then you get to that point where you have to now start being financially independent. Right? And essentially, what we want to do is equip young women with the tools to understand how they can be able to sustain themselves going forward without depending on anybody. And then you may be earning, but you don't know exactly how to make that earn last. Yes, last and work for you in a positive way. So just having those skills are really important.
Before we get into some of the steps or money mistakes that we actually do make as women, I just want to touch on some of the vulnerabilities that we find ourselves as women if we're not financially independent. You can find yourself very much in unhealthy relationships because you depend on a spouse or on a partner for some money. You find yourself doing things peer pressure because you are unable to afford, and those are some of just not having the freedom of choice, labor, finding yourself, you know, just choosing what you want, not being able to choose what you want. But now let's get to some common money mistakes. What are some of the mistakes I make as a woman? Because right, hey, from hair to nails to what we dress like, but what are some of the common mistakes that we make very early as soon as we start getting money?
I'd mention two. First, I'd say we don't budget. So essentially, I like to make sure that you budget before you get paid.
Not when the money comes in.
Not when it comes in. Before my dear, what your budget we spend on this. I've got this to cover this month. I've got hair, nails, and then I make sure then I add my monati in the budget. I add everything that I need to do, whatever airtime for my grandmother. In your budget before my dear. That's when you're able to actually then say, okay, I'm going to follow my budget. And yes, there can be errors. You may have overspent on certain things, but as long as that budget is there beforehand, it gives you that guide. Hi, my dear, budget. That's where things can get very hasty and it can go all over the place. And before you know it, there are certain things that you hadn't paid for that you needed to cover. So I'd say that first. And another point is to save before you spend. Don't spend.
Then save.
Then try to save.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a very good point.
Yes.
Because I can see the difference between. I understand what it could be very much helpful for that, right?
Yes.
As we say, start saving, start investing. What does saving mean, and how can it better your future?
So, part of being that independence is being able to then have money that you can draw from where you have control of that money. So the only way to build up that pot is to, while you're currently working, put money away. And in that way, you're no longer dependent, like you said, on getting help from family or getting help or trying to go to a bank to get a loan or anything like that. You have to think of yourself as an entity. If I'm working, I need to pay myself. And paying yourself is actually saving.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
If you think about it like that, it really goes a long way. So that I know I'm paying myself, and when I'm saving, this is money for me. I'm going to use it in the future. Gantsi batho ba tla ba re, "Ha ke save go kana ka re ke itima madi." No, how we team?
It's a gago
when you definitely access. Yes. Yes.
Are there investment opportunities though for Botswana because there's this ideology the investment is for certain people. Is it possible that you're just in your middle income or low income and it's possible that you can invest and get money out of it?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So there are savings accounts that are available starting with as little as 50 pula. And you just throw in money in there when you can. And what's nice is they do also have, because human impulsiveness, they have the rules for maybe once a year or twice a year. But the intention is to let it stay there, let them add a little bit of tebes, add a little bit of morocco sosiana, And then there's also unit trust funds where they start with about 200 pula per month, and you're able to throw in, extra if you need to. But having that consistent money, you really don't understand the long way it goes. And knowing that, okay, I've got my investment growing, even though I've got my expenditures and I'm taking care of myself, I also have to take care of my future. Yes.
All right, we're talking about what you do when you have the money. Let's talk about how to get the money, because that's where most people find the problematic side. And I'm wondering, what can I do with my life? I need money. I don't want to depend on anybody anymore. What are the steps I should be taking, starting with your mental, how you start thinking to what you can actually do to make sure that you get a little bit of something every month?
Yes, so essentially you have to look at what you need. Now I always say, or I encourage, take a look around you. What can you solve that you need? If you have a problem, what can I solve? And possibly there's other people out there who who need help with that.
Yes.
So they might need, whatever problem. If you know who in your community or in your neighborhood, there needs to be somebody who something then you know how to fix stresses, and then you never know what might happen. Whatever your passion is as well. If you have a passion for whatever, let's
say you're a baker, you love baking,
and start small and grow from there and improve on your skill set, learn a new skill. With internet now, there's so many ways you can learn, and then you use the internet to sell again. You market yourself on the internet.
We're talking about using the internet or the digital space to actually work for you. What are some of the good habits though I can have when I have money? It's working for me, I'm saving a little, I'm paying my bills, but what are some of the other habits that I can add on to that to ensure that at all times I am at a good place? Let's say I know I love doing my hair very much and it's a very big expense for me. Are there some of the things I can look at to say, you know what, as a good habit, let me do this hairstyle that will last me a couple of months and then do that? Are there some of the things that women can do to ensure that they have good habits when it comes to money and how it works for them?
Yes, absolutely. I think when you're talking about specifically self-care, it is something that's important to us women a lot. So definitely plan around it. If you know, okay, that is coming up, or spend too much in this month, let me wait for a little bit further, my hair, all the stuff that I need done at that time, and I'm going to have extra expenditure that I need in that other month. So definitely once again, budgeting and keeping some sort of discipline to that budget. You know, we can't be very strict on ourselves. Include monate moteng. If you know, for example, you are going to be moemisi and you know, midiro and all that, you know, plan for that. Say, I will buy 500 for that or whatever it might be. And just say, okay, I'll stick with that. The other thing is, like I had mentioned, to pay yourself first, save first. For every 100 pula you make, save 20 pula.
Okay.
So try, by all means, keep your expenses and maintenance and everything that we want to do for the month currently at 80 pula, and then save that 20 pula.
You've given me sort of like a how-to way of dealing with your finances, especially when you get money, when you want to get more money, and what you should do when you do have the money. But unfortunately, we are out of time, and having these lessons can change your life. Are there certain books, certain recommendations you can give that I can maybe, or somebody can maybe go online or read about or learn about even?
Definitely. Ukatsanamo Facebook, to our Facebook page, SCI Wealth Facebook page. We cover a number of different topics. We write blogs and reach out to Botswana and give some context on just daily saving and everything. Then there are also other financial planning platforms that are available. There's free budgeting tools that you can download. Apps, yes. Exactly. And you know, we don't have to write kapenele paper. Now everybody's on the phone and you track your expenditures there. And it really starts there. Once you're able to keep saving and you like to see your savings growing, then after that we look at, okay, even my unit trust, my investment is growing, you know, and looking at that as well.
I can see that right now as you're talking about it, it starts small, but you still build up to it. It's not something today because they can already trust, they can already investment, everything. I start small with just little habits that will build up to something that can bring back to me. How can we connect with you, Vanessa, if we want to catch up with you, maybe get a bit of nuggets from you, or even get your services?
Yes, absolutely. So SCI Wealth has a website, www.sci@co.bw. And we have all our contacts on there as well, where you could get in touch with us, and you know, whatever interests you in all the different areas of investment, we're able to assist you.
All right, thank you so much. Her name is Vanessa De Silva, and if you want to check out more of the content that they have when it comes to financial literacy and also financial independence, SCI Wealth, go on Facebook and check it out. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, have a very warm day. All right, let's wrap up the show and let you go on your beautiful way on this Tuesday morning. And just like that, our morning has been filled with a lot of wisdom, with a lot of advice, and with a lot of hope that as you step into the day, you can learn a little bit of something that can build wealth in your life, but also work for you. Make your money work for you. Yeah. We can talk about getting money, whatever, but sometimes you can get it and it can just leave. So let's talk about budgeting. Let's talk about finding side hustles and making sure that once you get that money, you know how to use it.
Yes, exactly. And one thing that we are trying to achieve right now is in the black culture, generational wealth. And for us to get it generationally, we need to plan and invest in it so that and speaking about wealth, one thing that is showing us that we can be wealthy, it's how we do business in the digital era. Entrepreneurial growth in the digital era. Entrepreneur but anyway, I show you good message. Send the email email we don't do that. We are doing things online.
It's the fourth industrial era, and let's get on with the time. If you're a woman out there wondering, how can I get more financial literacy and financial independence, Vanessa De Silva was here to let us know that you can go on the SCI wealth page, and they have not only information, but they have advisors there that can let you know what can I do with my money, so one day rich. That's where we're going to get.
Thank you, Mayor Bokaro Bosena. Thank you, Baspolisa Botswana, Constable Ramakuli Hamogoli, Constable Palapela, Francis Town, Jaguzo Barhajolo, Simus, Mosaparco, Mir to Lakon Hamotesu, Kerta Copan Silla Camoso, Naki Biarajo Bernard, Benbi Waramaites.
And Naki Vidana Lidila Latsapo, and we encourage you to stay warm and also make sure that you share what you don't use with people that have less than you, so we can all go through this cold front together. Otherwise, we'll see you same time tomorrow, 6 a.m. Good morning.